Hey folks, welcome to another episode of Hey Me Grilling. Now tonight we're gonna stay here in the kitchen. We're gonna make some chicken parm. I love chicken parm, so let's get started. All right folks, so I've got 3 pretty large chicken breasts here. Looking at them here. So what we're gonna do, now you could go ahead and flatten them out now, but I kind of want to butterfly into these a little bit because they are so thick, right? So we're just gonna butterfly it like so. All right. So there we go. And then I'm gonna trim this chunks of fat here off. Here, we're just gonna do it like that. Bada bing. Bada boom. All right. So we're gonna do that to all 3 of them. So now what we're gonna do, we got them cut, right? We're gonna take our meat hammer. We're just gonna knock these down. We're gonna try to get them all about the same level of thickness. All right, next we're gonna set us up a dredging station. I'm gonna start with the first one, no particular order, but I'm gonna add 2 eggs into a shallow dish. You can use a bowl, whatever. So we got our eggs. I called for 2 ounces of milk. I'm just gonna add me a splash in there. That's the official measurement, a splash. Next, I'm gonna sprinkle me a little bit of salt and pepper in with the egg wash. I'm gonna take me a fork. I'm just gonna whisk this in together. Get that egg mixed in with the milk. Get it all nice and blend it in together. Now in this bowl, we're gonna add 1 cup of flour, thereabouts. Now in this flour, I'm gonna mix in a little bit of Italian seasoning. No measurement, just eyeballing it. We're gonna mix in some more of that sea salt. Again, no measurement. Followed by some black pepper. You guessed it, no measurement. I'm gonna give it a good little shake in here, kind of get all those ingredients mixed in together. In the third bowl, we're gonna add about 2 cups worth of breadcrumbs. Now I'm using Panko, but I'm using these ones, plain. You can use Italian, whichever breadcrumbs you wanna use. Folks, I apologize having y'all so far away, but now we're gonna take our frying pan and we're gonna add about enough vegetable oil to where it gets about half deep in the skillet. We're gonna turn our burner to a medium-ish. I'm gonna call it medium-ish. I'm gonna go just a smidge over medium. And so we're gonna let our oil heat up. I believe in the past when I was frying stuff, it would always say right around 350. So we're just gonna go with that, like I said, that medium heat. And wait on this to heat up. I think the medium heat will be all right. All right, folks, so I believe by the sound of our grease, we're hot enough, right? So I'm gonna actually bump my heat down just a little. All right, and we're gonna take our chicken. What I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna run it through my flour. Let it get it good and coated. Then, let me move this out the way. Then we're gonna run it through our egg wash. Spin it around, get it good and coated. And then lastly, we're gonna set this dude in our breadcrumbs, okay? And then we're gonna get it good and coated in our breadcrumbs. Looks pretty coated to me. Then we're gonna lay it down in our skillet. All right, I may have bumped my heat down just a little too much. I couldn't find my infrared temp gun, but we're gonna keep doing that. I think I got room for 1 more. All right, so we got these in here. That's the first one I set in, that's the second one, right? So I'm gonna let this fry for a few minutes. Now they're not super thin, but they're thin, all right? So I don't wanna let them go too long. All right, so we're gonna flip this first one or take a look at it. It's looking pretty good. We'll go ahead and flip it over. I don't think this one will be ready yet. No, it still needs to crispen up a little bit. All right, folks, so I think my chicken's looking pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and set it out. I've already set me a baking tray here lined with paper towels. We're gonna let it drain this grease off on those paper towels. All right, so don't mind my skillet of grease there. But now that our chicken is done, before I go to the next step with my chicken, I got me a pot here of water. And so we're gonna start our spaghetti. Nothing fancy, just following it or cooking a thing of noodles just like you would any other time for regular old spaghetti. Folks, so for this next step, I'm gonna take 1 8-ounce block of mozzarella cheese. And I'm gonna use my cheese grater, my high-tech fancy dancy cheese grater. Just make sure with this one, let's get that little, it'll catch it, right? Whichever side you're grating on, make sure that open side is facing that. I've made that mistake. But we're gonna shred that entire block. Folks, so now I've got a 9x13 baking dish. I'm gonna lay each of my chicken breast into this baking dish. I think that one there is pretty large, ain't it? Let me get this in here. We're gonna make this work. Now that we've got these in here, we're gonna take just a regular tablespoon. We're gonna get us about a tablespoon worth of spaghetti sauce of your choice. And I'm just gonna kind of start drizzling it over the chicken. And don't worry, we're gonna come back and add more to it. I just wanted to kind of get that first even layer. Alrighty. About like so. It called for about 2 ounces, right, of cheese. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come through with our shredded mozzarella, our freshly shredded mozzarella, that is. We're just gonna kind of start sprinkling it over the top. Like I said, it called for 2 ounces per. I'm just gonna eyeball it. I think that looks plenty good right there myself. Right now, so to give it some beautiful color, we're gonna come in with a little bit of parsley. Come on, just kind of sprinkle it along the top, just about like so. Don't they look pretty, y'all? We're gonna bake this uncovered at 350 degrees for 20 minutes or until the cheese is nicely melted. All right, folks, so our chicken is almost done. So I got my noodles laid out there. I'm gonna spread me some spaghetti sauce on top. There we go. All right, folks, so I just pulled these out of the oven. Ooh, they looking good. Cheese is good and melted. Our spaghetti sauce on the top. Here we are with it on our plate. We got our spaghetti. That's a big old chicken parm right there, ain't it? All right, folks, I do apologize. I started cutting into it, realized I wasn't recording, but our chicken is looking beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and cut us a bite of this out here. All right, here we go with that all-important taste test. That is all around delicious. Good crisp from the breading. Chicken's cooked perfectly. The seasoning, I think adding that Italian seasoning in with our flour and then the parsley and the spaghetti sauce on top, the cheese. This is dang good, folks. This is pretty dang close to being restaurant quality right here in your own kitchen. So y'all please let me know what you think of the video. Y'all please try this one. Please try this one. Y'all let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see y'all later.